If you are on this video, you are amazing, you are capable, you will have your time to shine. You are so worthy of everything that you desire. You are the universe in a human body and you are magical, and I believe in you and I promise that everything is going to be okay. You know, we always gotta start with affirmations because that's what I'm into. So let's get into it.
1, 2, 3.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite YouTuber, the spiritual bad bitch. My name is Anila Sita. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're back, then welcome. I hope you're doing good today. Back to another video. Your girl has been consistent. I'm fucking proud of myself. So today I really wanted to talk about kind of what I've been going through this week and a lesson I've been learning. You guys know I like to share personal stories as a way to let people relate, but also share wisdom that I kind of pick up in my life. And the lesson that I learned this week is that control is an illusion, and that the most beautiful thing that we can do for ourselves in our life is to surrender and let go of control and to detach from outcomes in our life. Now let me give you a little backstory. So I'm quite obsessive, I'm quite controlling. I didn't even know that I had these qualities. I always considered myself to be a chill person, but recently I've been noticing that, especially when things aren't going the way that I want them to go, or when people aren't acting the way that I want them to act, I can get really controlling and obsessive, and I can make it mean something negative. And I've been having this guy pop up on my feed on TikTok all the time. His name is Bashar. He essentially channels a spiritual entity, and he was saying that nothing in life has built-in meaning. It is us that put the meaning on certain things. So even when we think things aren't going to plan, nothing is working out for me, chances are that's just your perception of that thing happening that makes you perceive it that way. But in reality, everything is always going according to the divine plan for your life. What happened to me this week, to completely lay it out there, it makes me so nervous every single time to share like such vulnerable stuff on YouTube, because like I'm just working my way through stuff and sometimes I don't know how I feel about just laying it all out there. But you know, I got to do it. As you guys know, I have been on a journey of healing from addictions. I've quit smoking weed, tobacco, and stopped drinking coffee in February. And I have been so good. I have not smoked weed or cigarettes or had coffee since February. For some reason, this very week that I'm in right now, I have been in complete sabotage mode. I have smoked weed again, I have smoked cigarettes again, I have drunk coffee again, and I had alcohol. And you know what? It's because I have felt so fucking out of control. I'm gonna give you guys like a life update too of what's been going on, because then it'll make more sense and hopefully you can see yourself in my story. But I've been on this sabotage mode because I'm moving to LA. Super exciting, but at the same time I've noticed that with super exciting things in life, you also get emotions of fear, and I feel like these are things that people don't really talk about. They just show sort of the result, the outcome, they show the good stuff, but not everything that is actually part of that process too, which is a natural amount of fear when you're doing something new, when you're making a big transition. I've been in London the past few months because my visa expired since I have a Spanish passport. I had to leave LA in February and leave my partner there as well, because I'm in a relationship with a beautiful man who is in LA. And basically I'm about to fly there this Monday. I'll probably be uploading this video on the day that I fly, actually. It's very strange. It's almost like a lot of things have been going according to plan in my life. The reason why I'm able to move to LA is because I got my US passport approved because my mother is American. So I've been able to attain American citizenship through her, but that was such a complicated process to get there, and that's another reason why I had to come back to London. And as all this stuff was going on recently, and the passport, I was just stressing about it so much. My friend kept saying to me, trust in your path. Like, everything has always worked out for you in the past. Why should it not now? But yet I was finding myself overthinking and worrying and wanting to control the situation desperately, because when I feel out of control, I don't know what to do with life. I don't know what to do with myself. And, you know, obviously where I have quit smoking weed, which used to be such a big thing for me that calmed down my thoughts, my obsessive thoughts, my overthinking, my anxiety. The past few months I've been faced with all these things that I haven't been confronting in my life. And you know, maybe you see yourself in my story, you find yourself wanting to control stuff too. And I've noticed that when you have a chaotic childhood, or you've been let down a lot in your past, you're naturally gonna be almost like wired to assume the worst. But it is all an illusion. My healer always says this to me. Fear is an illusion. Fear is false evidence appearing real. I'm like aware of these things consciously, but it sometimes doesn't stop the emotions from coming up. And I do feel that sometimes we just have to feel. We just have to let it come up. We have to talk about it, release it. And for me this week, clearly the way that I wanted to cope with it was to sabotage. And it really didn't make me feel good. I felt a lot of self-hatred towards myself this week, because I was like, you've been clean for 3 months and now you're about to go to LA. You're about to do the thing that you've always wanted to do. Why are you self-sabotaging? But this happened to me a lot in my life. Even when my YouTube kicked off, I took breaks for months. I wasn't able to be consistent because I went from having no eyes on me to suddenly having thousands of eyes on me. And quite frankly, that is something that I was not used to at the time. I really had to do a lot of inner work to get to a point where I'm at now, which is to love myself and to fucking feel worthy of success. Because something that's been coming up for me recently with all of this stuff going on, especially things going according to plan sometimes, I'm almost more afraid, because I'm like, this is happening. And I'll go, what if I'm not worthy of this? Why me? Why should I deserve this thing that so many people would want? Why me? And I kept asking myself that. And you know, as I've been in therapy and talking about this kind of stuff with my therapist, I've realized it really just is, you know, down to worthiness and deciding that yes, I fucking am worthy. And if you're watching this and you're finding yourself in positions sometimes where either things go according to plan but you get scared, or things don't go according to plan and you think that something's against you, I promise you there is always a higher divine plan that is playing out, and we need to trust in it. And that's kind of what I wanted to speak about, because today is the first day that I finally had this realization that control is an illusion. And my therapist ended up sending me a message, which I'm going to read out right now because it is so beautiful. It is a little philosophy that I want to, you know, put onto you to help you move through life in a more graceful way and not overthink, and just be present and not stress, because truly stress is a choice. It's not something that we have to buy into if we don't want to. So she said, I know you're venturing into the unknown again, and that is bound to stir up your protective strategies and desire to try and control as much as possible. Try and practice curiosity and excitement and an attitude of, let's just see. Control is a bit of an illusion. There is so much out of our power. We can focus on controlling our reactions to circumstances and remember to come back to the breath and build in mindful moments throughout your day. So the reason why I wanted to share this is because it was the same thing that my partner said to me when I left LA in February. I was at the airport having to say goodbye to him. Didn't want to go back to London. I wanted to stay out in LA, but obviously the universe took me back here for a reason. He said, instead of fearing the future and being like, oh, fuck this shit, I don't want to do this, I want things to go this way, have more of a sense of adventure. Oh, I get to go to London now. This wasn't really my plan, but I'm just gonna go with this plan that seems to be unraveling and see where it takes me, because it might be the place where I need to be. And I really felt that I had to come back to London to get clean. I was really fucking addicted in LA. I did notice this week that weed is a very profound and spiritual medicine for me even, but it is not something that I want to get addicted to again. But this week it was definitely same energy as an addiction, which is to escape, because addiction is escape from the self. It wasn't coming from the right energy, and I really think that everything in life boils down to energy and the types of intentions you have behind doing something. And when something comes from the heart and from love and celebration, then we can safely assume that that is a good thing. But when it's coming from sabotage, escapism, negative emotions, it's not a good thing. That's how I perceive things, at least. So I've just been realizing this lesson that, you know, in life, I just believe that the most beautiful situations arise when we let go. And where we can't let go, it shows us where we have resistance and a lack of trust in our journey, in ourselves, and in the universe. I don't think that anything beautiful in this world comes from an energy of control. Even sex. I'll give you an example. Sex, how beautiful is it when you can fully let go? And it makes me think that instead of always taking everything so seriously, have more of a sense of adventure. Have more of a curiosity, have more of an excitement, and even again just reiterating this thing of nothing has built-in meaning. It is us that decides something is bad or good. I want to give you another example. Say something happens to you that you think is not going according to plan, like maybe the train departed early and then you were gonna be late for a meeting, or your plane got cancelled or something like that. I always go with the assumption that I am divinely protected. So if something is being cancelled or I'm being rejected, that is truly a protection and a redirection. And I think that that mentality serves us so much more in life than to think that something is against us. I remember too, just to give another like cool analogy, when I went to a rap concert, I remember everybody was jumping in the crowd and I was at the front. And I really felt like if I'm just gonna stand here quietly and rigidly while everybody's jumping, the crowd is gonna eat me up. I'm gonna be swallowed up by the wave of people jumping. So what did I have to do in order to enjoy that experience? I had to jump with people. I had to go with the current of the crowd's energy than to resist it and to be rigid. And I often use that analogy of the crowd as a way of looking at life. You can choose to be like this and to be rigid and to decide that, nope, I'm not gonna jump with them. I'm not gonna do that because, oh, it's physical energy for me to jump right now. I don't wanna jump. But maybe if you just jumped with people, you would see that it's actually really beautiful and quite fun to flow with something that is bigger than you. And I think that that is life. And even this book said it really well that I was reading, that is called The Mountain Is You, which is all about self-sabotage. And she said the only way to stop fear from running your life is to face it head on and to picture the worst case scenario and to say, oh well, if that happens, oh well, and to adopt more of a humorous attitude towards something that maybe isn't even that bad. We still struggle to trust. We still look at our life and we go, when is it gonna be my time? When is stuff gonna go well for me? Why am I struggling so much at the moment? Why is this happening? And I just think that sometimes life is not meant to be all about asking questions, but just going with it and also not judging ourselves too harshly, which I'm really trying to do this week. I'm trying to be compassionate with myself for all the mistakes I made, and you know, I'm just like really nervous about this whole transition, and I'm in the middle of it, and it just feels like my root chakra is not settled because I'm moving, and I've been moving my whole life, so it's just been a lot. But at the same time, I'm telling myself adventure, adventure, adventure. Even if it's overwhelming and my tummy hurts because I'm stressed, it's like, let it go. Trust, you're in the hands of the universe. And just imagine them holding you. Pray to your angels, you know? So that's what I do. That is all I had to say for today. I was gonna make a rich bitch energy video, which will probably be next week. So stick around for that, which is all about stepping into your rich bitch era, because that's what we in if you're on this channel and you're watching this right now. But this is just the lesson that I felt to share today, and I hope that you gained something from it. I promise that if you're on here, you're on the right path. Everything will be okay. Let go, stop trying to control the outcome, simply detach and let things unfold as they should. All right, yeah, that is all I have to say. Sending you so much love and light.